You know that feeling, right? You find a TV show you absolutely love, you get completely hooked, and then, poof, it's gone, canceled. It is one of the most frustrating feelings as a fan. But what if things didn't have to be that way? What if the fate of your favorite stories wasn't decided in some distant boardroom, but by you? See, the heart of the problem is that it kind of feels like Hollywood's remote control is just broken. There's this huge gap between the shows that fans are truly passionate about and the ones that actually get to stick around.
I mean, it's the question we've all screamed at our screens at some point. Why? Why do the shows with amazing writing and these incredible dedicated fan communities just disappear, while other shows we don't care about seem to go on forever? And the answer, honestly, is brutally simple. In the way things work now, a very small group of executives makes that final call, and they're looking at spreadsheets, ad revenue, and a whole bunch of other factors that might have absolutely nothing to do with how much you love the characters. Your passion, well, it doesn't get a vote.
But, and this is where it gets really, really interesting, a totally new idea is starting to bubble up. It's a model that tries to fix that broken remote by basically flipping the entire power structure upside down. Just imagine a studio where the audience is the boss.
What if there was a way to make sure that the stories that get told are the ones people are most excited about? A way to connect the creators directly with the fans, right from the very beginning.
The answer might be this thing called a DAO. It stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Now, I know, that sounds super techy and complicated, but the idea itself is actually pretty simple. Decentralized just means there's no single person in charge. Autonomous means it runs on rules that are written into its code. And the organization, well, that's the community of fans, making all the decisions together by voting.
And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got that classic top-down pyramid we all know, with the executives sitting at the very top. But on the right, you have a network. Power is spread out across the entire community. Everybody gets a say.
To really wrap your head around this, think of it like this. It's basically American Idol, but instead of picking a singer, you're making a whole movie or TV show. It takes that idea of audience voting that we're all so familiar with and just applies it to the entire creative process.
And we're not just talking about one vote either. This fan-powered process could influence literally everything. The community could vote on which script actually gets made. They could vote on who gets cast. They could even vote on major plot points, maybe even guaranteeing we get a satisfying ending for once.
This quote just nails it, right? The whole American Idol idea isn't just about picking a winner at the end. It's about shaping every single key decision along the way. It gives the audience a real sense of ownership over the thing they're helping create.
So you see, this is way more than just a cool gimmick. It's a fundamental change in philosophy. It's about moving from an audience that just sits back and consumes stuff to a community that actually helps create it.
In a system like this, fans become something called token holders. Now just think of a token as your voting ballot. It's your ticket to have a say. That token gives you the power to make the kind of big decisions that are normally locked away in a studio office. You're not just buying a ticket to see the movie, you're buying a voice in how it gets made.
All of this leads to this one really powerful idea: audience sovereignty. Sovereignty means having the ultimate power and authority. And in a DAO studio, that ultimate authority doesn't rest with a handful of execs. It rests with the audience. The people who love the story are the ones who get to steer it.
So, what does this all mean for the future? It could totally change what it means to be a fan. Instead of just passively watching, you become an active part of the story. Of course, it's not a magic bullet. I mean, what happens if the community votes for a terrible ending? These are the kind of tough questions this new model is going to have to figure out if it's really going to work. But it leaves us with a really fascinating thought to chew on. In this possible future, the next global blockbuster, the next show everyone is talking about, might not come from some executive's gut feeling. It might come from the collective vote of a passionate community. And that vote, well, it could be yours.